around in a 4D world, what does it even look like? Normally, when people refer to 4D, they refer to our 3D space plus time as the fourth dimension. What I'm talking about here is another spatial dimension that we can move through or rotate in freely. That means new shapes, more degrees of freedom, and more craziness. So, how does this work? In 3D, we have X, Y, and Z, which corresponds to left and right, up and down, and forwards and backwards. When we move to 4D, we add W, which corresponds to the directions Ana and Kata. Here I've just drawn an arbitrary direction because technically there is no correct way to draw this in a 3D view. So that begs the question, how do we truly see things in 4D? Trying to visualize 4D is a bit like trying to imagine a new color. Nobody knows how to do it. By the way, that's not a new color, that's just caramel. That being said, there are still ways we can understand the space. Imagine you are a 2D being that's just been thrust into a 3D world. Setting aside the imminent freakout and existential crisis, you would probably notice a few things. First, you notice that things seem to just appear and disappear from you, often contorting in weird ways. This is because your vision is now a cross-section of this 3D world, so things only appear to you if they're inside your cross-section. Before, you could only go horizontally or vertically, but now you can travel forwards or backwards, or even rotate in new ways. From our 2D perspective, this looks a little strange, but from 3D, we can see it actually makes perfect sense. Using this knowledge, we can see how a 3D view works inside a 4D world. Everything here might look 3D, but none of it actually is. These are all 4D shapes. Wait a minute, what are 4D shapes? Well, in some cases, 4D shapes generalize from 3D and 2D. Let's take a square. If we clone this square and connect the corners, we've now formed a cube. Now if we take this cube, clone it, and connect all those corners, we've now formed a tesseract, which is the 4D analog of a cube. And get this, if we spin this in a weird way, we are now able to start a new career as a Wikipedia article. We can also go beyond 4D simply by repeating this cloning and connecting process. Each time we do it, we go up another dimension, eventually ending up with a 10D shape known as the Decaract. Yes, that headache you're feeling is normal. Another way we can generalize 4D shapes is with circles. Simply put, a point on a circle is always exactly one radius away from its center. This concept generalizes beautifully to spheres, and, as you might have guessed, a hypersphere, which is the 4D analog of a sphere. We can take the square and circle concepts and combine them together. This gives us two new 4D shapes called the cubinder and the sphereinder. Then there are things that pretty much don't generalize, like duoprisms, which come from combining two separate 2D shapes together along different axes. As you can tell, this analysis is severely limited by my lack of understanding of what I'm doing. But when has that ever stopped me before? Let's move on to rotations. Now, in the past, I've explained rotations in 3D as sticking a skewer through an object and twisting it. And while this makes sense in 3D, it's not entirely accurate. Rotations are 2D operations. Literally any rotation, in any dimension, happens on a pair of axes. For example, let's take yaw. Normally I would represent this as rotating around the y-axis, but in reality, the rotation is only creating motion on the x and z axes, so it actually makes more sense to define the rotation as xz, or in general, the two axes that the rotation actually affects. This is especially important in 4D. By finding all the unique pairs of x, y, z, w, we can see that there are 6 different rotational planes. For anyone who's curious, I actually figured out how to calculate how many rotational planes any dimension has, which made me feel like a genius, until I found out some baguettes muncher had already done that 400 years ago. Another thing to realise is that when we rotate in 4D, there are now 2 axes that aren't being used, which is enough for another rotation. So 4D has this unique property where we can perform 2 unique rotations to the same object at the same time without them interfering with each other, which we call a double rotation. Alright, hopefully you're still with me, because that's all the 4D we need to know. So that brings us to the next question. How the hell did I implement all this? Let me just clarify that this question alone could warrant 3 different videos, so I'm just going to summarize what happened. If you would like some more in-depth videos about this, let me know in the comments. Alright, our first problem is the transformation matrix. In a 3D game, we use this 4x4 matrix of numbers to position, rotate, and scale things.
This Pokeball is a death trap. These cute little balls designed to capture our beloved Pokemon will be the last thing our little friends see before they die. Hello!
We use this 4x4 matrix of numbers to...
right now, man. What does she mean? Stuck down here in... Six, wait up!
Not a chance!
Right back to normal, I see.
Oh, what did you do?
You've been gone a while. Just pretty much on par for the past few minutes.
That track! You're gonna ruin everything!
Hope not.
Oh, you will!
Oh, what do you know?
More than you, apparently!
Oh, what is this and why does it have eyes?
Don't know! Keep running!
It's so gross.
I see the exit!
Coming.
Hurry!
Oh, crap.
Okay.
Oh, crap. 6. I'm not gonna make it. Please catch me. Thanks, 6.
Mono, I'm sorry, but I can't let you do it.
What?
I can't let you become him. I have to. I'm sorry. Hopefully, for your sake, I won't see you again.
But you will. Oh, but you did.
I'm alive? Why? Why did she do that?